In the deep green valleys, there was a flock of sheep that grazed peacefully under the watchful care of their shepherd. The flock was large and healthy, and every day the sheep enjoyed the safety of their home as they nibbled on the fresh grass that covered the hillsides. The shepherd was a diligent and responsible man, always keeping a close eye on his animals and protecting them from any danger. But nearby in the hills lurked a hungry wolf. He had gone several days without finding anything to eat, and his growing hunger drove him to seek prey desperately. The wolf had tried many times to approach the flock, but each time the shepherd and his dogs spotted him and chased him away before he could get anywhere near the sheep. Frustrated and tired, the wolf sat in the shade of a tree to rest. From his hiding place, he watched the sheep slowly moving across the field, unaware of his presence. He licked his lips as he watched them graze without a care. However, he knew that approaching the flock again in his wolfish form would be useless. The shepherd would recognize him instantly, and the dogs would mercilessly chase him down. "I have to be more cunning," the wolf muttered to himself, rubbing his chin with a paw. He thought about all the times he had failed and how the dogs always spotted him before he could even grab a single sheep. Then, as he looked once more toward the flock, something caught his eye. At the edge of the field, near the bushes, lay the body of a sheep that had recently died. The shepherd, distracted with other tasks, hadn't had time to remove the carcass. Suddenly, a brilliant idea popped into the wolf's mind. He quickly stood up, with a spark of cleverness in his eyes, and quietly approached the body without being seen. "This is perfect," the wolf whispered to himself, with a sly grin. The wolf, with great skill, stripped the sheep of its skin and put it over himself. He made sure the disguise covered his entire body, carefully adjusting the details so that none of his gray, rough fur was visible. Now, with his new outfit, he looked just like another sheep from the flock. Satisfied with his work, the wolf confidently headed toward the group of sheep. When he reached the center of the flock, the other sheep suspected nothing. They never imagined that a predator could blend in among them in such a way. Believing the wolf was one of their own, they continued grazing peacefully, paying no attention to the newcomer. The wolf felt triumphant. "No one will ever discover me," he thought as he walked among the sheep, enjoying his proximity to his prey. "By nightfall, I'll choose the fattest sheep and feast." Late in the evening, the shepherd decided that he needed some meat for his dinner. Not wanting to sacrifice one of his favorite sheep, he headed to the pen with the intention of taking one of the more common ones. In the darkness of the pen, he could barely make out the shapes of the sheep, so he decided to reach out at random to grab one. The wolf, feeling the shepherd's hand on him, stayed completely still, confident that his disguise was flawless and that he wouldn't be discovered. The shepherd, not noticing anything unusual, carried the disguised wolf to the slaughterhouse, believing it to be just another sheep. By the time the wolf realized what was happening, it was too late to escape. The disguise he had used to fool the sheep and the shepherd had become his downfall. The cunning plan that the wolf had devised to take advantage of the flock ended up turning against him. Instead of enjoying a delicious dinner, he became the shepherd's dinner. Moral appearances can be deceiving, and those who seek to do harm through deceit are often victims of their own cunning.